Air India grounded one of its Boeing 787 Dreamliners VT-ANX after the crew operating the aircraft from London to Bengaluru reported an issue with the locking mechanism of the fuel control switch. Boeing said it was in contact with the airline and supporting their review of the matter. The aircraft had departed London Heathrow at 9:19 p.m. on Sunday and landed in Bengaluru at 11:54 a.m. on Monday. Airline sources said the pilot noticed a problem with the switch after landing and reported it immediately. According to the Safety Matters Foundation, during the operation of Air India flight AI-132 from London to Bengaluru on February 2, 2026, the crew observed abnormal behavior of the left engine fuel control switch. The switch reportedly failed to remain locked in the run position during engine start on 2 attempts, moving towards cutoff, which under specific conditions could cause an inadvertent engine shutdown in flight. The issue is particularly significant given that on 12 June 2025, an AI B787 VT-ANB operating as AI-171 crashed in Ahmedabad seconds after takeoff, killing 260 people, when its fuel control switches moved from run to cutoff, cutting off fuel supply to the engines. It is still not conclusively known whether the switch in that incident moved due to a mechanical fault or other reasons. About the Bengaluru grounding, Air India said it was aware that a pilot had reported a possible defect in the fuel control switch of the Boeing 787-8 aircraft, and after receiving the information, the airline grounded the aircraft and involved the original equipment manufacturer to prioritize the review. The airline also stated that the issue had been communicated to the DGCA.
Well, this is the first of its kind reporting, and as you know, after the Air India 171 crash, the fuel control mechanism of the 787 and Boeing aircrafts has come into focus. So it does bring a very sensitive point and needs to be investigated. Firstly, the Air India has grounded the aircraft and they have to establish that what have been the observation of pilots. They should corroborate with the data, flying data recorder and other observations. But if you remember, even in 2018 there has been a recommendatory guidelines by Boeing and FAA about the sensitivity of fuel control mechanism. So we now need to look at it more seriously, and after that we may have certain conclusions. Now, coming to the correlation of this particular incident with the Air India 171 crash, right from the beginning I maintained that while there are many areas of investigation, but somewhere there is a system malfunction related to the fuel control mechanism, and we need to investigate. The actual facts would be known after the full investigation comes to a conclusion, but this is one area where the focus has to be more intensive, and the point is that the manufacturer would always want to justify their machine, whereas the simplest thing is to blame the pilot for it. But I think in the interest of safety there is a need to investigate deeper, and unfortunately the Government of India's agencies, that Aircraft Accident Bureau, they don't have that kind of competence. We need to bring in more expertise here to establish the cause.
The DGCA is investigating this latest incident and has requested information from the airline, while Boeing's comments are awaited. The fuel control switches of Boeing Dreamliners had come under scrutiny following the Ahmedabad crash. The preliminary investigation report of AI-171 cited cockpit voice recordings in which one pilot asked why the fuel control switch had been cut off and the other replied that he had not done so. After the crash, Air India had checked the fuel control switches across its Dreamliner fleet and reported no problems.